This exercise is not just a cardio. It's not just about burning calories. It's also about, building the muscles of our chest. So we're kind of killing two birds with one stone here. Hey guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I've got a really fun, it's a body weight only anti-man boobs workout for you. So we want to get rid of those man boobs, build some nice, big, strong, impressive looking chest or pecs. All right. And I put together a workout today that is designed to be an EPOC style workout. So it's another word for EPOC is HIIT, or high intensity interval training. And I'm going to explain kind of what that means in just a second. But guys, to get rid of your man boobs, we're talking, you got to get rid of the fat, right? And we cannot spot reduce fat. So just doing tons of push-ups is not going to get rid of the fat around your chest. Now it's going to help build your chest. It'll make your pecs bigger. So that will give the illusion of getting rid of some of that fat, but we got to do both. We got to build the muscle and burn the fat, hence the high intensity interval training style workout today. And it's going to be done circuit style. Now I'm going to go through all the different exercises. There's 5 in the circuit today. But before we get to that, I want to explain the fact that the most effective way to get rid of the fat all over your body, which in turn gets rid of those man boobs, is to really, really get serious about your nutrition. And guys, I've always said, I've shot other videos on this channel where I talk about the nutrition is harder than the workouts. Yeah, you're going to be really out of breath. You're going to be sore and tired and everything, but the workouts are very short-lived. They don't take very long. All you got to do is be focused for a few minutes, really, and then you're done for the day, right? But the nutrition is something you just got to stay on top of all day long, day after day. So, guys, there's a lot of other videos. This is not a nutrition video, okay? But we have a ton of fantastic videos on our YouTube channel about nutrition. Gary's got some brilliant stuff that he's put together. I've got a ton of stuff. So I want you to search those out and look at some of those, all right? So guys, really get serious about your nutrition. I promise you can do it, all right? You just got to stick with it. It's one of those kind of, long-term type commitments. Okay, real quick before we get into the workout, which I know is what everybody's really here for, I just want to remind you about a free resource we have called our Facebook group. And whether you like Facebook or not, I don't care. Ask to join. Click the link below this video. You will absolutely love it. We have over 15,000 men around the world, and they're exactly like you. They're the same people watching our YouTube channel are in our Facebook group. Okay, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, even some guys in their 80s. I'm on there every day. I am the official moderator of the group, so I'm posting content, I'm answering questions, but also all the other guys are chiming in, and it's really cool. And it's not just workout stuff, guys. There's a lot of nutrition stuff in there. There's a lot of motivation. There's some guys posting phenomenal transformation pictures that will really help motivate you, because you don't necessarily need to see pictures of me, but when you see all these other guys all over the place, dropping 20, 30 pounds, putting on muscle, looking fantastic, it really helps to drive home the fact that anybody can do it. So be sure and click the link below. Just check it out. I don't care if you hate Facebook. I do too, but I promise you will not regret it. But today, let's just talk about this workout. So because we're going to do it in a circuit style, which means we're going to go through from one exercise to the next, okay, without taking a long, long break. It's going to really amp up your heart rate and your metabolism, and it creates this EPOC effect. And EPOC stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. A lot of people call it the afterburn effect. It just means that once we're done with this workout today, and you just go back to your life, you're sitting in front of your computer, you're watching TV, you're in your car driving, doesn't matter. It means your resting metabolic rate will be a little bit higher than it normally would. And it'll last for several hours. And the more intense the workout, the longer the EPOC effect lasts. So it just means you're going to burn more calories. And of course, that's what we're trying to do. When we burn more calories than we consume, we get rid of those man boobs. And at the same time, this exercise is not just a cardio. It's not just about burning calories. It's also about, building the muscles of our chest. So we're kind of killing two birds with one stone here. All right, so I'm going to step through the 5 different exercises real quick. I'm not gonna really kill them right now. I'll do the workout in just a second. I just kind of want to talk about the form. So the first one, and I put it first because you're fresh at the beginning of a circuit, right? And it's the hardest, the dreaded burpee. All right, so guys, burpees are nothing more than you get down, you do a push-up, hop with your 2 feet, stand up, and just do a little tiny jump. You don't have to jump real high. And you go back down, all right, into kind of a frog stance like this. Then you jump back with your feet. Now you're in a push-up position again. Push up, hop forward with your feet, stand up, and jump. That's a burpee. That was actually 2 burpees, okay? Now when you do them pretty fast, all right, and keep on going, you're gonna get really, really out of breath. Those are killers, all right? Now, after you do your burpees, the second exercise is a real basic plank. And the reason I put this in here, and we're just gonna be doing them on our forearms. We're not even gonna be in our hands. So this would be a hand plank, all right, where you're in a push-up position and you just hold it. All right, so I want you guys to get down here, okay, on your forearms or your elbows. And you're just gonna hold this, okay? And remember, today's workout is gonna be time-based. So we're not gonna be counting reps. We're gonna be looking at a stopwatch, and I'll explain in just a minute, all right? So that forearm plank is just a static plank. Now after that, I want you guys to do something called an isometric push-up. So remember, this is a chest-focused workout, all right? But I'm doing it in a circuit style that's gonna keep your heart rate way, way up there to create the EPOC effect, which in turn burns off a lot of calories throughout the course of the day. All right, so an isometric push-up is basically just a standard push-up, guys. But at the bottom of the movement, I want you to hold it for a 2 count. So it's 0, 1, 2, up. 0, 1, 2, up. That's the isometric. And the bottom part where you're holding it under tension, that's the isometric part of the push-up, okay? So we're gonna do those for a certain amount of time, and I'll explain in a minute, all right? I haven't forgotten, okay? Then after that, I'm gonna have you roll over onto your back. Put your hands under your butt or under your tailbone, and we're just gonna do flutter kicks, all right? You don't have to count them, because remember, every single exercise today is gonna be done for a certain amount of time before we move on to the neck exercise, okay? And the very last one is called a Superman to a push-up. So exercise number 5 is gonna go back, and we're gonna once again be doing a chest exercise. But a Superman, we're gonna start like this, okay? A Superman is when you arch your back and pull your feet up off the ground. And it looks really simple, doesn't it? Because I'm not moving very much, right? So I'm arching up, 0, 1, 2, and then push up, Superman, 0, 1, 2, push up, Superman. So Superman to a push-up. And you're gonna do that for a certain number of seconds. And then at the end of that exercise, that's the 5th one, last exercise, then is where you can stop and really catch your breath, all right? Before you have to start over again and do the circuit again. So this is how I want you guys to do this, because we got beginners watching, we got intermediate guys watching, and we got some guys that are pretty darn in good shape. They're advanced, all right? You guys can kick ass. So this is what I want you to do. Beginners, you're gonna take a stopwatch. You can look at your watch. I use the stopwatch setting, okay, here, and I just hit go, start. I'm gonna put it on the ground, I can watch it. So beginners, I want you to do each one of these exercises for 20 seconds. And at the 20-second mark, stop. Catch your breath for the remainder of the minute, for the next 40 seconds, all right? And then you move on to the next exercise, okay? So 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off, next exercise, okay? For you intermediate guys, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, move to the next exercise. Advanced guys, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, then move to the next exercise. So that's how we're gonna, everybody watching today, no matter what fitness level you're at, you'll be able to do this exercise and adjust it for your level of fitness. And the only thing you got to do is change the percentage of time you're doing the exercise out of each minute. Everybody's going to be doing the same 5 exercises. Some guys, the advanced guys, are just going to be doing a whole lot more reps because they have to do 40 seconds out of every minute, all right, and only get 20 seconds rest. So guys, the other thing is, how many circuits do you do, okay? So I think beginners can get away with just doing 2 circuits, okay? You intermediate guys probably need to be doing 3 to 4 circuits, and then the more advanced guys, 5 to 6 circuits, all right? So it's gonna get a whole lot harder for those advanced guys because out of each minute, they're doing a much higher percentage of that minute is gonna be, actually exercising. Plus, in addition to that, they gotta do far more circuits than you beginners. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna do a single circuit here, okay? I want you guys to just kind of follow along. I'm gonna do the intermediate style, so I'm just gonna do 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off, so that way I can kind of talk a little bit as opposed to just getting, way out of breath. And you'll see how straightforward it is, okay? But once again, we're talking about hitting primarily our chests. We're gonna get a pretty big pump, especially after you've done multiple circuits of this. Your chest is gonna get a really good pump. Plus you're gonna be really out of breath because we're getting the heart rate up because we're doing a lot of these exercises back to back with minimal rest in between. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna start off with the dreaded burpees, but all I gotta do is hit the start button. I'm gonna put this down on the ground, and then I'm not gonna pick it up, okay? I'm just gonna kind of glance down, and every time it goes to the top of the next minute, I know it's time to move to the next exercise, okay? So I'm just gonna look at it, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, top of the next minute, move to the next exercise, go through all 5 of them, and then we'll be done with just 1 circuit. And then I'll stop and talk to you about it. All right, so here we go, guys. Hit the start button. Let's start doing some burpees. All right. Trying to do them fairly quick. That's 25. 29 seconds. Okay, so I could just glance down. I saw 30 was coming up. So, I'm out of breath, 30 seconds. I'm gonna keep a little track here. Next thing we're gonna do is the planks. But I'm gonna wait until this hits the top of the next minute before I start the next exercise. So I'm at 55. All right, let's get ready. 59 and 60, here we go. All right, so guys, just doing a plain old static plank. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the clock. Once it gets to 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'm done with this exercise. And I can take a little bit of a breather before I move on to exercise number 3. All right, 130. Catch your breath, because remember, exercise number 3, we're gonna be hitting our chest again with those isometric push-ups. All right, getting close here. 2 minutes. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0. One more. 0. 1. 230. I got half a minute to let that blood flow through my chest, pump out some of that lactic acid. Of course, that's what's giving you that burning feeling. Flutter kicks means I'll still be burning calories and keeping my heart rate up, while at the same time giving my chest a little rest. Here we go. All right. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in to the first circuit. Whew. So once this hits 4 minutes, I'm gonna start my Superman to push up, which of course is the 5th and last exercise in the circuit. And then I'm gonna stop and talk to you guys for just a sec. Here we go. Okay, so that just hit 4:30, which meant that was the end of that last exercise. Now guys, kind of depending on where your fitness level is, you can just wait until the start of the next minute, go back to the first exercise, which is burpees, knock out another circuit. Now, some of you guys, especially if you're trying to talk to a camera, you're gonna need a full minute, maybe even 2 minutes rest before you start over again. That's fine. But just work your way through these circuits, guys, and give yourself just the minimum amount of rest you need in between exercises. And that'll really keep your heart rate up. And it's also gonna build up a lot of lactic acid in your chest and shoulders because of all these different push-ups that we're doing. But that's the goal, guys. Remember, we're building muscle specifically in our chest while at the same time burning off a lot of calories because it's a HIIT style workout. And then of course, you know, when you're done, whether you're a beginner only doing 2 circuits or an advanced person doing 5 or 6 circuits, you know, you'll stop your workout and you'll go back and just go back to your normal daily activities. And a lot of that, for most of us, is sitting around, but you'll be enjoying the benefits of the workout because your heart rate, or excuse me, not your heart rate, your resting metabolic rate will be higher than it normally would if you had gone out and done just a traditional cardio workout like jogging, or if you had done a traditional bodybuilding or muscle building workout where you do a set and you stop and rest for a minute or so, you do another set, rest for another minute or so. Those don't give you the EPOC effect. So guys, you'll be burning more calories for several more hours, okay? And that is the goal. You gotta have more calories going out of your body than you're bringing in via food. And that takes me back to the point I was really hitting on early in this video, and that is nutrition is key to losing those man boobs, guys. You can do this kind of workout every day, but if you eat like crap, you're always gonna have man boobs. You will not get rid of them. So there's an old saying that abs are made in the kitchen. Well, same thing for getting rid of man boobs. Anti-man boob workouts require really strict kitchen habits, which means, of course, you got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.